the middle. Try for then good challenge for Pirates and looking for the counter attack now. That's the one option to look for. Over that halfway line, Mahopa. No. At the end, we do get a glimpse of the man between the sticks for Alger. Ramdani. A touch by Mufaging. Well, the shot from a long way out here. Ramdani had it covered. Only conceded 2 so far this season. The man between the sticks for for Algiers, up against a man who's been good from a goal scoring point of view out at Olando Pirates, Mufaging, but still no the scoreline, 5 to go here. Home side will be slightly disappointed, OJ, if they go into the halftime break not having taken full advantage of the momentum they've been able to maintain for a good 40.
Honna di Timeka, Skapa, Africa Borwa, Olando Pirates, Labo Fellow, Badabaloko Makaura, Kanye, Wakawa 2013. Neba Karata, Okabona, Babu Elita, Sevas Dirling, Olando Pirates. Yuaka Diela, Janon Suma Mararo. Tamota Karepo, Modimaka, Wakadi Suma Mararo. Labo Fellow for Badabatuleta Sichana, say Olando Pirates. Arabone Chalo, Begezeli. Sirilata, Kwamara, Wala Motile, Yaka, Rele, Bata Chalo, Cabello, Fella Motela, Kile, Tom Motile, Yagatipti. Arabone Tapti. Leka Rotenaga, Kile, Mopila Calabagosola, 18 Africa, Boromatica, Sebaka Navarro, Hele Chalo, Komara, Maketeni, Makaula, Aromela, Quapele, Makateni. Felagago Olando Pirates. Kona kusireletsa kwa morago setlhopha se sa Mca Alger. Retologa jalo kwa morago ka Abdelatif. Ga go letsa pale ba fisa mpelo ba laola motshameko kwa ntle le pelelo. Ga gona mme o rile ba laola motshameko setlhopha se Bungara a ba tsenya kgwele tswa jalo ka Talent Mbatha. Rele a romela kgwele telle kwa pele ba tswa mo dikoteng kwa morago le ka bona la Abdelatif. ba leka go ya kwa pele fela ga ba kgone go dirisa ditšhono tsa bone. A re bone Bagram o e tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Shekal Gezala. Romela le tele go kwa pele thula ka tlhogo gape fela ntse le mo karolong ya kotsi kgwileo a ba tshamekela mo tseleng ya ga Gezala a ba romela mo dipokosola di 18 feta mo go pele ga ditlhogo tsa banna ba we go ka mogatla ba e tshwara e tsetse ka kwa ntle. Gaufi thata le go fetla kwa bokhutlong jwa karolo ya ntlha ya motshameko mme setse re emetse gore ke bomama ba tla thubang segagane ke bomama ba tla thubang le mo motshamekong jaaka ba leka go tlhasela setlhopha sa Mca Alger. Simolola jalo kwa morago go gaba le kgakala e thula bokotla wa ga Tlamene e betswela ka kwa ntle kgweleo. Thula mokotla wa ga Kabelo Tlamene Bangura tshamekela jalo mo tseleng romela jalo ka kwana thoko fela ke kgwele e tswelang ka kwa ntle ya go fetoga jalo go na tatlhelo. Re ba mo tshetsong wa bofelo wa karolo ya ntlha ya motshameko. Remo motsotso wa bofelo wa karolo ya ntlha ya motshameko takare di second Diano Van Roy Serganyo la jalo le ka bona Zakaria Nachi gore boela kwa morago sebese o na re wa e fetisa ka tlhogo fela kgwele ya betšwela ka kwa ntle ya go fetoga gona tatlhelo Orlando Pirates. Tino van Rooyen ke Orlando Pirates a re bona re batla dira setlhopha sa Mca Alger motsotso ya bofelo botlhale jwa Mbokazi Bekezeli Mbokazi a ba dirisa botlhale jo bo sengana ka sepe e ba leka go tswa jalo ka kgwele le ka bona la Zinon fela bona botlhale bo bo dirisitsweng ke le ka bona la dingwaga di le 18 yo tshamekileng bontle maloba fa ba re ba thulane setlhopha sa Mamelodi Sundowns romela kgwele e telele kwa pele Sephucheng o batla jalo Dion thula ka tlhogo e tabogela ke Sebese a re bone Sebese o e tshamekela mo tseleng ya ga Sephucheng tshamekela fela mo tseleng ya ga Thapelo Tlhoke a ba e tshamekela mo go Sebese Sebese o bona jalo Dion evidence talent evidence ba mo rwala motsereganye ba phatlalatsa diatla re motshameko o phepa o tswele pele fela Afrika Borwa Orlando Pirates ba ne ba dirile motsamao wa ntlha o matsetseleko le ka go lebelela maikete o mo kgomile tiriso ya VAR fela motsereganye ga di tsene Diana van Rooyen ke ena go tlosang kgwele eo motsereganye ga di tsene le seng ba ne ba tlhasela Orlando Pirates ne le kgwele e kotsi fela ba maema kwa pele le ka wana le la evidence Makgopa a re bone Dion baratedi ba sa go thata jang ba setlhopha sa the People's Club bua jalo ka Mca Alger ba se ba emetse nno ba simolola go fela dipelo gore ba bona le nno a re bona Orlando Pirates fela ba timela dibokoso la setlhopha sa Alger ba bantshetsa kgwele ka kwa ntle ya go tloswa jalo le tatlhelo kgona go lemoga gore go tsedidi ana ba tshameke ba apere dikobo mare ga iteleketse a re bone Naji tshamekela jalo kwa morago mo tseleng ya ga Kelly tshamekela mo mokapteining wa bone Ayub Zinon ba e romela le tele go kwa pele fela kgwele e betšwela ka kwa ntle ya go fetoga jalo go nna tatlhelo ya setlhopha sa Orlando Pirates ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya setlhopha sa Orlando Pirates kgwedi eo bona Dionotho ke ene mo kgweding eo ka bonala ka kwa nageng ya Namibia wa lebela Dion tshamekela jalo ba e latlhegela ke bonolo setlhopha sa Orlando Pirates ke bona kotsi ke bona matlhomola fa bona a ba sireletsa Siphochane ga le kopana le Zenon ba khamama matserega re phoso ke ya lona Orlando Pirates ba tla bo ba le lesego tota Orlando Pirates e re go nna ka tseleng tse ntšha lo mothwetsho matsereganya ba ka gore metsotso e le 45 le metlhano ya tlaleletso e fedile mme seo se gore a se re ra go ya kwa nakong ya go ikhutsa re go ya kwa nakong ya go ikhutsa Mca Alger ba totobatsa lefela matlhakore ka bobedi tsereganye o emetse batshameki ba tle ba tswe jalo mo lebaleng be ba go tswa jalo mo lebaleng re fetsa ka tseleng tse jalo mothwetse e le noto Orlando Pirates e le noto Mca Alger re kopana mo karolong ya bobedi ya motshameko
The Champions League match is starting in 30 minutes.
Baba! Virgil, Jerry, Totti! Totti?
My lucky sock. Honey, my sock.
Totti! Totti!
Not for persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly. Choose happy with the Nazo cheeseburger meal from $29.90. Only at McDonald's.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
When I wake up, I know I'll be fine. I'll be your friend and you'll be mine. We'll share our smiles we spend together today. We'll be friends all our
Delight.
lives.
Too delicious not to share.
This is Making It to Breakfast and my 8 a.m. This is feeding the whole crew without the chaos. This is to food runs without slowing down the fun. Order ahead, skip to the good part and collect at the store. Only on the McDonald's app.
No, it is missing the hydrological report that needs to be in before the times.
I'm sorry. Thanks.
This looks like fun.
Top up your account with Betway's very own Betway Bucks voucher, safe, convenient, and instant deposits available at Boxer, Pep, as well as ShopRite stores nationwide. Get way more with a Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Well, it is goalless at halftime at the July 5th, 1962 stadium in Algiers. That's where Mca Alger have taken Orlando Pirates for this CAF Champions League quarterfinal first leg encounter. They've moved away from their original stadium because they expected more fans to come to this stadium. And as we can see, it is a full house there for the home side. And what a frantic start it was to this game. I'm not alone. I've been watching the game with Coach Simpiwe Dludlu as well as Jabu Mahlangu Shuffle here. Coach, what have you made of how fast the start was to this game?
Every 5 seconds, Orlando Pirates is losing the ball because of how much the opposition are giving them pressure. They are really pressing them, not giving them a chance to breathe, to think. Only in 40 minutes, we got to see the goalkeeper of their home team, you know, Ramadan. And that was the first time we got to see when Talent took that shot. So that's how much Pirates has been forced to sit back. Normally they play a 3-5-2, and those are the 3 centre-backs that are there trying to defend a cross that is coming in like that. Because normally we say they have a 3-5-2, but badlali 5-3-2 because they just can't breathe and don't have enough time to go forward.
Well, this chance came as early as 25 seconds into the game there with the Bangura, the striker from Guinea, getting a header. He had another chance later on, but I think this just highlights how Mca Alger were looking for that early goal, Jabu.
Yeah, no, badlale ekhaya stadium sigcwele and yabona vele ukuthi I think by analyzing the Pirates kwamanye amagame we PSL ukuthi ma we press very high nabo sometimes baba miserable Orlando Pirates they can't get out, but at the moment, the way badlale ngakhona Pirates, yes, under pressure, they haven't played their game. It was expected to be like that, badlala away in a full house. I think so far they did well. Mca Alger as you see the Ponjora. That's great save lapayana from Uchaine lapayana. And now in the 20 got
it's important to mention that he's 20 years old.
Yeah, not 20 lumfano what a great opportunity there, but very composed, good positioning from Uchaine Lapan. I think that's a good save.
But he's showing a lot of maturity for a 20-year-old.
Yeah, no strong back, man. Kona laba achaise konu umboga zumbazo. No bodlela wababekela ngathi the 20-year-old no fit. Yeah.
No, they must give us what they are eating there in Guinea if a 20-year-old is that big. But there was a controversial moment, though, in this encounter when there seemed to be an elbow on evidence, Mahopa, but no action was taken. And it's been that kind of a game. Coach, they're very physical, these Algerians. They're not scared to get stuck in.
They're physical, they're aggressive, and you see these traits a lot in the first half when they are still looking for a goal. He can see that evidence is going for the ball, but look at the elbow there. You know, he puts the elbow there and he says to him, I'm here, and that's a foul, that's a foul. And all of this, if Pirates could score, you'll see more of it. But if Mca Alger could score, then you'll see them playing, you know, falling, rolling all over the pitch. Right now, it's because they want a goal because they are playing at home and they are aware that Mabeza Escotini Skama Minzel, Bazo means.
Okay, yeah, we're going to wait for Victor Hlongwane on Monday to tell us why VAR didn't have a look at that elbow, Victor Hlongwane, because looks like it was dangerous play, and we do understand VAR can look at dangerous play. This is the only time we saw the other goalkeeper, Mufukeng, forced to shoot from far there.
Yeah, Pirates winning the ball, Lapana in the middle, Mufukeng and giving Umbata. Yeah, it was worth it to try because Pirates I call ukudlala combination and Umbata, we know he has confidence, he has scored a lot of goals, you know, a lot of long range goals there, but on this one bekathatha amashance mfethu ukuthi kick and hope. Yeah, it was just kick and hope.
But is that the kind of game it is, that they are forced to take these shots from outside?
They are forced. They have been forced, and that's where you see. And remember, Pirates, most of their players bayaqala ukudlala ICAF Champions League. So it's another experience also for them. We must not forget that as much as they did well guma group stages, singakhohlwa ukuthi they are still abangabina leyo experience. The likes of Mamelodi Sundowns ebanayo playing this such games. And I think defensively, so far, I think they did well first half.
Okay, there was the first chance for Orlando Pirates in the 40th minute of this encounter, but there was also another opportunity here. The big man Evidence Mahopa thought he was through, but a brilliant tackle when you see it actually.
at this moment, in that moment, first touch, or the worst that could have happened. Okay, because Lando and it was difficult for him to do that. That is Reda that put his toe in there. If first touch, if it would have been a first touch that took him forward, it would have then moved him away from the defenders to be able to go. But this shows you, Guti, it's a long distance for him to get to that angle and that distance closer to the goals because they're playing so deep.
They've been working in this 45 minutes.
And coach, just mhlambe futhi if begane experience kahle. He's big. Uyawufaka umzimba. We understand. Uyawufaka lo makathekile uyawufaka nje umzimba. Any touch, anything is possible, but I think Leo experience usakhane asayifunda in this kind of game.
Is that also the importance of going to the gym and doing that upper body strength so you can hold those defenders?
And this moment here, we get to see Mca Alger. Actually, they were defending, and their fast breaks are so important for them and so swift. Anything that they take going forward becomes either a shot on target or a shot at goal or even a corner. And that's what you are getting to see from Zakaria because he's playing out wide. He goes wide. When he can, he plays across. When he can't, he cuts inside and is able to deliver such.
Okay, Zakaria Naji, that was his second chance in that first half. Then we'll take a short break and we'll find out from Coach Simphiwe Dludla and Jabo Mahlangu what we can expect, what Pirates needs to do in the second half.
Choose happy with the Nazo cheeseburger meal from $29.90, only at McDonald's.
What's the use of banking innovation when your life remains the same?
Ladies and gentlemen, Nomzama Mbata.
I'm here because I know the distance between where you are and where you want to be. This little gap right here is called audacity, which is why African Bank is scaling to provide fully fledged banking to back you. Choose a bank that believes in you to advance your life. African Bank, audacity to believe.
Everybody around me go eat. Everybody around me go eat. Get KFC Streetwise 2 or 4 from only $39.90 and feed your original.
Playboy, the power of attraction.
What's the use of banking innovation when your life remains the same?
Ladies and gentlemen, Nomzama Mbata.
I'm here because I know the distance between where you are and where you want to be. This little gap right here is called audacity, which is why African Bank is scaling to provide fully fledged banking to back you. Choose a bank that believes in you to advance your life. African Bank, audacity to believe.
Every day is packed with its own surprises.
You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it'll play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop?
Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Woo! Feels like a party tonight.
Take a look at the bench then and what we can expect in the second half from Olando Pirates. Coach, when you look at that bench, firstly, how strong is that bench for you?
That bench has got a mix of experience and youngsters. Gunama 2003 lapayana Nkota is 20, Yanga is 24, Radiopan is 22. Out of those 2000s, Nkota is the one that has experience of playing. He's played 5 matches and two goals in there. So he's one that most likely can replace a relay, if anything. And at the top, also in that midfield, Musele, looking at the genetic makeup of the match and also of the formation here, Pirates' strategy, they're playing 5-3-2. Musele would be one that could replace there. It doesn't need slow defenders like Mayela. If he comes in, he has to come in knowing that umsebenzi wakhe is to clear his lines, not hold on to the ball a lot. So ama-ball players la awafuneki namhlanje because there's a shift that is going on in there. Etsogofatso could come in, Etsogofatso could come in to replace Mahupa, so like for like.
I think Yanga Madiba is the name that will stick out for some Pirates fans. He's been training with the first team for a while now. A left footer was sent on loan to Orbit College. They call him Tata. We wonder if he will get a run here. And Mca Alger also, this is the lineup that started the game. And this is their bench. Their star man, Sofian Bayazit, with 2 goals in this Champions League, likely to come on, also scored 2 of their 4 goals in the group here. But Jabu, what you were saying earlier on is quite interesting. You were saying, are you saying that this approach from Orlando Pirates is intentional, how they've been sitting back here in this first 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's a good approach. That is the approach of amagame amakhulu we knockout we CAF Champions League adlalwa ngakhona, because if you will go away, I mean, look at the pressure that Mca Alger has been putting from the first minute, coach. If we have now, then you will crack. So for me, I'm a Pagania. I'm a war. Paris today is too defensive. Circumstances when you play away, you have to be strong first defensively and then rely on maybe mistake or counter attack to punish the opponents.
Enu coach was intentional when he played against Sundowns. He played first formation at T's and he played a 3-5-2 against Sundowns and got a 2-1. He was preparing for a CAF Champions League.
Yes.
He's futuristic. He knows Umbogazi, the 3 centre backs, he tried them there. Usibisu Koki and Nombogazi. Because Umbogazi and Koki, they are playing Champions League for the first time this year, because Umbogazi, we know that he's new in the team. Ukoki was out on injury.
So you're saying they shouldn't change? You don't expect them to change anything right now? The game plan is working?
For Pirates? Yeah, yes, maybe later on, Ukabelo Zamini, maybe Ngangeno Musela to stabilize that midfield even more.
Hey, well, let's go back then to the July 5th, 1962 stadium. The man in the middle has been under a lot of scrutiny here, and the home side and their fans putting him under a lot of pressure. Let's see how they handle the second half, goalless at the break in this quarterfinal first leg of the CAF Champions League.
Welcome back to what's been a lively first 45 out in the north of the continent, with Algeria against South Africa, so to speak, in inverted commas. Algiers against Orlando Pirates. Home support here would have been happy with that first half, the way the home sides outplayed Orlando Pirates, didn't allow them to play. Lovely tempo, lovely execution of the game plan, minus the goals. Met the big challenge for the home side here in the second 45. For Orlando Pirates, what can they improve here? And just start off by just being able to put together 2-3 passes. Defensively, they had to work hard in the first half. Orlando Pirates, if you are just joining us. And it's been tough going for the likes of Van Rooyen, Tibisi Togi, and Bogasi. They've had to deal with a lively bunch of players here in the way of Bangura, Sunon, Braz, all of them full of ideas, full of movements, and really up for this game and taking it to Orlando Pirates. Abdullawi looking for the movement out in the far sides. And Ryan beaten in the air. Bangura protected well. Sibisi looking to apply a bit of pressure. Now, Pirates will be happy with the fact that they didn't allow the home side too many clear-cut chances. Although China very much the busier of the two keepers, and well, Alger is spending a lot of time in the opposition final third, but it's kept honest and protecting the keeper as well as they can. Bogey. The other time they had to bypass midfield, yeah, with Mahoba looking to combine with Van Rooyen, who's pushed forward here, and the Pirates again struggled to hold on to it for a meaningful period. Love the tempo here from the home side. Love it. It's fresh, it's quick. The movement matches the intent. Until that final ball, looking for Bangora. Mufokeng, quick to keep it moving. Lovely movement off the ball by Hotu. Again, they are great at reading the danger, reading the movement, and being at the right place at the right time here on the home side. Now, chance for Pirates to try and get onto the front foot. It's, well, superbly read in the middle of the park. With us, who wins it back. Great movement going in towards the final third. Again, Pirates having enough back to thwart the danger. That final ball is all that's lacking in the game so far. Option out wide on the far side, opted to try and take a chance and get through. Bergie, who did enough. Well, out in the stands, they certainly are letting their presence be felt. Now, Mufokeng sees the ball roll kindly for him. Options with the Pirates pushing forward and looking to create their best chance of the game. The passing, not at its best so far from the men in black. Good movements off the ball. Okay, again, an important touch defensively anyway will do for Orlando Pirates as they look to get a breather. Interesting when you see the different tactics that coaches do apply at this stage of the continent and how well sides execute the tactics of the day. So something a little different from an away side's point of view earlier on in the day when Mamelodi Sundowns were really tested in trying to break down the opponents in Esperance. Didn't give away too many kicker chances. First half, they only had 42 passes, Esperance. Didn't mind either. That was the strategy. Everybody getting back and defending deep. At times, bringing that game down to walking pace. But Algiers, as the away side, as the home side, I beg your pardon, keeping the tempo nice, taking it to Pirates and settling them here. Yet to create a chance in the second half if you are just joining us. Khalif. Najib. Pirates numbers behind the ball, yep. Always the intent to get on the bike and get on the move, then on the wide right and left. Pirates doing a great job in the middle of the park. Then, once again, no options going forward. Makaula hurried into playing the forward pass in the end. 3-4 players around. Once again, able to win it back. Now, option out wide on the far side here. As Algiers look for their best moment in the second half. Nicely done. And keeping it moving. Great movement. And the decoy on the far side to create the space for the shots. Frustrating enough to force them to shoot from range. Interesting that they haven't scored in the Champions League between the 45th and 60th minutes so far this season. Algiers with Pirates scoring 23% of their goals in this period. Both these sides with 4 wins at home. Algiers have lost 1 at home so far this season in the Champions League. Keep in mind, Paris still are yet to taste defeats on the continent this season. Those that have come out and, well, that are passionate out in the stands and all around Algeria are hoping. Be watching Paris fans have a seat and grab a spoon and taste some defeat today. Yellow card shown once again. Bogazi under pressure, can't quite find the quality. While red then and momentum switching quickly here on the transition for Alger's options. Numbers now getting into the box, inviting the early ball. Again, one has to credit Olando Pirates for the effort put in defensively. Very little of the ball, but still aren't being broken down defensively. They're just having to work extremely hard. Bangura. Extremely hard. That's a superbly timed challenge by Sibisi. The international with Akite looking towards the official and a little disappointed that the decision didn't go his way. Yeah. Defenders will enjoy those where you get a lot of the ball, a lot of the man as well, and after the contact, he slides or rolls on for another 2-3 yards. Paris losing in the dangerous area, and an important bit of defending, a solid bit of defending then. Spacey once again, right place, right time, committed into forcing the air out of Bangura. Well, they are getting stuck in. Under pressure now. Approaching the 1 hour mark. We saw on 1 or 2 occasions in the first half. It's all one-way traffic so far. It's a beautiful and lively venue. Outswinger, they get the header as well. Still, yet to get that clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity. And the siege, the Pirates, he's big, he's mobile, gets up well here, nobody really picking him up as he comes up between the 2 defenders. Good ball played in. Mufuging, Mahoba, good movement here by Mufuging again, very isolated, no options, but he's done well enough to win the throw-in. Rare occasion for Pirates to go up into that final third on the front foot. Top goal scorer for Olando Pirates this season in the Champions League is Lewi Lemufugeng. 4 goals. Recently having opened his account at international level. He's also having a great year on the club scene domestically. Not only finding goals, but scoring some important ones and creating a good number. Now, Tamini. Yeah, no, physical. If you are just joining us, this is pretty much the order of the day here from Algiers. It's physical, it's tough. You have to battle and fight for every inch out there. Paris fans would have enjoyed watching Bogazi go at it with Ribeiro recently in the strength department, and he impressed when he won that Man of the Match award, but he and his teammates are having to really put it all out there physically against this Algiers side. OJ, no, the scoreline here.
Barumela Kwele, Basirela Tsakwamarago, Bangura, Mona Wakakwana Kenya Guinea, Mahalili Suma Mabedi. Seletse go kharata le ka wana le la ka kwa naganyeo ya Guinea fela go aretela go fitlela ga jana ba dira tsotletse ba dilaitsweng fela selo seno se ba retelang ke go se dira ga khamatsa go bona Mofokeng a dirwa dio tseo di bonang tseo se gantsi ke ena a dirang jalo fitisa kgwele fa mapele ga fa gare ga maoto a gage ba dira tsotlhe tse di maleba fela selo se reno se se ba retelelang ke go tsaya kgwele ba mo letlhoeng. Orlando Pirates e tsweletse go ka netefatsa fa ba sa nosiwe kgatlhanong setlhopha se sa Orlando Pirates. La bofelo fa ba ma fenya sejana se setlhopha sa Mca Alger jaaka bana ba latedi ba bone phapaladitse difolaga di le ka ngwaga wa 1976 re bone kgwele tla nang kotsi kabelo tlamene a tota Dion Otto wa lebela Dion re bone tlamene a ba tsaya kgwele a romela kwa pele sebese o le ka go ithoma kwa pele fela sireletsa kwa morago Naje re bone sebese la itumile kwa pele Bekezeli ba romela kwa pele ba ibusa gape kwa morago ka ile sengwe no ka ile phoso ga Orlando Pirates ga ba se ke nako ba e tlosa the People's Club. Me fa e sale ka nako eo ya gore ba fenya sejana ga se ba tsamaye ba fete mo di-quarter finaleng rata go ka bona mo legatong le ba feta ba ya kwa pele setlhopha se sa Mca Alger re bone gore ba tla dirang ka kgwele bona phangura monna ka kwa Guinea somamabedi dingwaga tshamekile metshameko e se tshamekile metshameko e le meraro mme se tsana di no di le pedi mo kgaisanong e re bone kgwele eo ba e tshamekela jalo kwa morago mo tseleng ya ga Evidence Makgopa fela o latlhegile gotlhelele Evidence ga bona le Evidence Makgopa bone kgwele eo tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Halaimeya a romela kwa pele kgwele tata kwa tsa maketla ya bo e feta kwa thoko kgwele eo ya bo e feta kwa thoko Zakaria Naje tshonengwe ya setlhopha sa Algeria mme ba retelelwa Orlando Pirates ba go diragatsa phetogo le ka wana la ka kwa Northern Cape ka wana la ka kwa Kimberley wa go tsena go tswa le ka wala ka kwa Davidson Baukota wa tsena mme go tle go tswa jalo Kabelo Thabeni kete go tswa jalo Kabelo Thabeni go ntse fela jalo phetogo ya ntlha Baukota bona tsono bona tsono ya ga Chip kgwele feta disentimetara di le mmalwa fela go tswa mo koteng e emeletseng ba tlamela jalo ke motshwara dino Orlando Pirates le eno fa fatshe fela ba difolagatse ba emeletse potso ke gore fa go tlana le nofago go nna ka ntse jang fa go tla nna le no fa go nna ka le ntse jang Jacob bona ba kwadile the 12th player gore ke baratile balatedi ba setlhopha sengwe le sengwe fa se na le balatedi fitlhele ba na le thotloetso batshameki ba rotloetsega go ka dira sentle mo metshamekong eo Sifoche kgona go lemoga go tsididi kgona go lemoga go tsididi thata re ga iteleketse Northern Hemisphere ba emetse selo se le nosi fela wa emelela Sifoche wa go emelela Sifoche go tswela pele ka motshameko Jose Riviero dirile phetogo e le nosi Mohankota o tsene ka o bona mosibana ja tlhoka la phorego a re bone Tionoto fa simolola go nagana Orlando Pirates kgona go dira fa simolola go ka taboga Orlando Pirates simolola go dira monna yo wa Tionoto bona a ba romela Dion tsena ka ba go sola diteni ba rola kwa morago fela go kailwe sengwe motsereganye we Mr. Chalo motshameko fela go ne go kailwe gore Dionoto na tsere kgwele o ka kwa ntle ne go kailwe gore Dionoto na tsere kgwele o ka kwa ntle mme ya go tloswa Chalo le tatlhelo ya Gamona yelo wa Ayub Gezala ba romela ba ba ka phoso gape illa kgapetsa phala jalo simolola go lla kgapetsa phala maketleni makaula tshwailwe phoso romela le telele kana go lemoga le dipersente tsa motshameko bona kgwele e tla nna kotsi ba ba kwaba a ba sireletsa kwa morago Sifoche o nnete ke gore o dirile go fitlhela ga jara Sifoche o dirile kwa ntle le pelaelo go fitlhela ga jana Gezala Bangura baya kwa pele a re bone fela Orlando Pirates ba sireletsa kwa morago Dino sireletsa Dino mentse le ka mo karolong e kotsi ba kitla ba le kgakala be feta kgakala le dikota wa kwetsepa Sifoche fela e ne se kgwele e botlhole thata jalo Chapela Tloke ba kgona go ntsha kgwele mo karolong e kotsi Mohau kgona go tshameka Orlando Pirates mo takareng o kgona go kalomaganya dikgwele ba di latlhegelwa bonolo a re bone gore ba tla dira ka kgwele Evidence Makgopa a e tshamekela Chalo sireletsa kwa morago e ka wanela Khalif Orlando Pirates ga e kgone go ka dira dineeletsano tse motho a ba tlwaetseng ka tsone gale fela motho a ka re ba kgakala le legae kete latlhegile go senene po e ntsho matlhabo
Then Mufgang has a lovely first touch, follows that up with a lovely bit of vision and the pass of the day, but then the movement had to be just as good, the composure had to be even better, and the youngsters are at it again on the big stage as Pirates behind enemy lines, leading by a goal to nil. He's played his parts. The man from Bloemfontein between the sticks today has been busy today. Busy once again. Oh, he's lost it! He's looking for the foul. He didn't hold on. Looked as though he should hold on, and in the end, he's lucky. They'll be saying, look, VAR is here, let's use it. That's what they'll be saying out in the north. Pressure on Mahmoud Ismail from Sudan. Big decision, huge decision. Was the contact enough to hurt and foul? A man from Bloemfontein, yes, there is a bit of contact. The question is it enough to foul him? It is a contact sport. Is that a foul? In the north of the continent, they'll be saying, yes, it is. In the south, they'll be denying it. In the end, it'll come down to the referee from Sudan, including VAR if they get involved. Kita Gawerugaman from Kenya. And Stephen Yembe from Kenya. VAR referee and the assistant VAR referee. Big decisions on the big stage, where the big players come out and, well, put pressure in front of the biggest of crowds here and are passionate. Holding on to that lead, our Orlando Pirates. Change here. They need to go through changes here. Otherwise, they'll be suffering their second defeat of the season on the continent. They thought they'd found the back of the net. They've had to work so hard here to create clear-cut chances against China. They've had a few, but they've had to graft for them. Yes, many of the support Pirates would have wanted to see the tough days away from home, where things may not always go your way, but you learn to tactically adjust your game. Not always going to entertain, but you remain tough. You suffer for one another, and you get that one chance. You make it count. That's what it's all about here on the continent at this stage. Pangoda now option out wide on the far side. Has got a bit of space and a chance to push on here. Movement is good off the ball. Numbers inside the box. Again, Pirates having so many back defending. Good. Battling against Kamasa. Mahoba. Again, go down with the movement. Mufgang looking for yet another assist. He's got the most assists in the Champions League at Orlando Pirates. He's got the most goals in the Champions League at Orlando Pirates. Is Mufgang. He's one of the go-to men, for sure, in creating and finishing. They'll be mindful of him all across the continent now. We have different coaches that are yet to face Pirates. Now, good movement here. The idea to try and pick out the run of the blind side. Not bad. Quality, though. Needed to be better. Big difference in the way of attacking intent here. Pirates doing a lot of defending. Just the 3 shots, one of them counts. No. Into the last 19 now. The doubt may just creep into the minds of the 12 men has been so passionate for the most part here in the home support. This is when the pressure will really start to tell. Desperation may just creep into the game as well. In the box, the quality of the ball, not really giving them much of a chance on getting onto the end of it. And appearances for them in the Champions League so far, starting all the way back on the time when OJ was born in the 70s, 76. Should I say 60s, OJ? That's it. What Pirates haven't been able to do is quieten down that 12 men. All the passion that was there in the first half. Now the whistles are coming out. Tambura. Totally washed by Ogi. Now, could be a chance coming up. We are looking for the curler. Well, it was asking to be put away. The idea was good. Had his mind made up early as he was turning. Just a touch to set it up, and well, once pain is rooted, Pirates fans feeling confident that it wouldn't quite be the equalizer that she was hoping for. I hope with the flick on. An appearance for them in the Cup Winners' Cup back in the 80s. Only out of the or into the group stages and beyond. There's on one occasion in as far as the CAF Confederations Cup back in 2017. This is a club that will want to see its full potential on the continent. Lovely ball, great vision, great movement off the ball. Now, and they find the quality they're looking for again. As Pirates being stubborn defensively here with the under 15 to go. And the home side knocking on the door, Jake.
Honte fela jalo ba tsweletse ba kokota nkota o khonne go nosa mo go kokoteng go mekete o ratile go nosa khatlana le ditlhopha tsa ka kwa Algeria ka go pora khatlana le ditlhopha sa CR Belouizdad ona nosa le ka wana le la Mahonkota a re bone Khalif ba le ka go ka batla phatla ditlhopha sa Olando Pirates ba sireletsa kwa morago. Olando Pirates ba sireletsa kwa morago. Kete go diragatsa jalo phetogo simolla go dira diphetogo. Kete Olando Pirates ke bona ba dira jalo bandile Shandu ga mogo le Kawana la Mosele Goodman ke itse gore o tla kgonana le lebelo le mo monagareng mona yo wa Goodman Mosele Bandile Shandu a itsege ka lebelo mme re lebogile Mofokeng wa tswa kawana laka kwa KK Kaunda kwa Northwest kwa maspaleng wa KK Kaunda tlhaga jalo kwa dikgaolong tsa bo Stilfontein Bandile Shandu le ene o tsene Dilo van Rooyen mme o nnile le tshameko e ntle mothaka rialo Bandile Shandu a re bone gore ba tla dirang ka kgwele mo mpeng ya lebala Mesosa tshamekela mo go kgale ba ba senya kgwele eo ba ba senya kgwele eo ga re tla bona ditlhopha tsa Aforika Borwa di fenya motshameko wa legato la ntlha la di-quarterfinale kgotsa jang fela re setse re na le nako ya metsotso e ka nna lesomele boraro gore seo se ka diragala sebaka sa metsotso e ka nna lesomele boraro re sa balele metsotso ya tlaleletso CBC ga ba re wa romela ba mo etseela bonolo monna yole wa Evidence ba tsereganya ba kaile phoso kgatlhanong le Orlando Pirates gore kgwele eo a itlhomiwe ga la tshameka sentle le kawana la Tapti a la motshameka sentle Tapti diragatsa jalo phetogo monna wa Zinone Tswile Kipre me Porras Leno Tswile Hello ba etsa ba romela le tele kwa pele fela ba ya tla kwa morago Mohamed Zograna utsene leka tsholofelo ya bofelo gore ba ka bona sengwe fa Mca Alger simolla kwa morago mo tseleng ya mokapteini mona wa Ayop romela ka botlhaba jwa lebala Bandile Shandu ya ba fosa mona o sa tswang go tsena Malik Mesosa Bone Zograna ba mo tsela kgile Zograna fela mo tsereganya ba ka gore le khormetsa lona Orlando Pirates ba itsa ba tlosa ka bonako Zograna Malik ga ba sa tlhole ba senya nako fela fa mo tsereganya le tsa phala ba tsa kgwele ka bonako ka wana la kwa Kuma simolla jalo kwa morago gana go lemoga gore letsogo le le kwa godingwana ke la setlhopha se sa Mca Alger fela sireletsa kwa morago Maketleni Makaula kopana le Dion ba tsereganya re phoso ke ya gago Maketleni tsereganya re phoso ke ya gago Maketleni Makaula 10 minutes to go metsotso le lesome gore motshameko ya bokhutlong Aforika Borwa e tla tsetsepela Orlando Pirates e tla tsetsepela mo motshamekong o kgotsa Mca Alger tata Mca Alger ba tla boa kwa morago rulaganya le morago la gage Sepochain re bone gore ba go etsa ka tseleng tse ntšhang kgweleo Camille Chalo Haleimala a ba romela ba ithula ka tlhogo fela ba sireletsa kwa morago Orlando Pirates ga e gope monaka go ga le kgakala ba ba goga kgwele e tla nakotse a ba sireletsa Sepochain a ba sireletsa mo tseleng ya ga Meusasa ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya go tloswa le tatlhelo kgweleo Halaimea ke ena go tlosang kgweleo Zukrana tsena ka mafolofolo sa tswa go tswa kwa Phankenga ba go romela jaanong a romela le tele kwa pele a iatlarela Sepochei a ba iatlarela kwa morago Sepochei metsotso e le robangwe e tlile go tsamaya ka bonya ka fa letlhakoreng la Orlando Pirates mme e tlile go tsamaya ka lebelo le tsitsibanya mmele ka fa letlhakoreng la ama re bone kgweleo ba etsa kgweleo re bone re batla dira ka kgweleo mo jalo wa Goodman Mosele ba re romela go pele bia go tswela jalo ba go tlhoka ditlhogo tsa banna fela ba ka jalo ra tlhomiwe kgweleo diragatsa jalo phetogo ba go diragatsa jalo phetogo ye nngwe gape setlhopha se sa ka kwa Algeria lekile go padile monna yo wa Tapti Arbone fela Orlando Pirates motakare ba tsepame ba dirile fela jaaka setlhopha se tshwanetse go dira fa se etile ba tlile go sireletsa ketapele ya bone ka tsotlhe tse ba nang natso Poyentsho Matlhabe ba tlile go ka sireletsa tsotlhe tse ba ketapele ya bone ka tsotlhe tse ba nang natso Orlando Pirates Singaloto ka botlhale Goodman o tshamekela mo go talent a re boneng batha yo neng a le bodutulene mo letsatsing la gompieno a ba romela talent o batla jalo le kawana la Hoto a re bone Hoto tsena mogare ga banna Hoto fela motsereganya ba ka phoso kgatlhanong le Orlando Pirates re a re lebile metsotso e le merataro mo go o tla bo ya borwa Maketleni Makaula thula ka tlhogo mo tseleng ya ga Goodman Mosele Sepochei Goodman bona evidence Pandile Shandu ba semola boitharabolo ga Orlando Pirates fela se ba tshwanetse go se dira ke go tshwara kgwele mo go bone go tsamaisa nako ba tshwere kgwele ba e neeletsana ga gona sepe se sengwe gape ga gona sepe se sengwe se ba tla se dirang kwa ntle ga seo tshwara kgwele ba e neeletsana e tla bo e reka nako botoka go na le gore kgwele e tshwarwe jalo ke setlhopha sa Mca Alger fela re bone mo metsotsong e setseng e thula ka tlhogo kwa morago Ben Kemasa kopana le Maketleni Makaula fela ya be ba latlhegela Orlando Pirates go tlhasela jalo setlhopha sa go tlhasela jalo banna ba naga ya Algeria a re bona ba go dira mo kgweleng eo gaufi le bokoso ba ba romela mo lebokoso la di-18 thula ka tlhogo ba sireletsa kwa morago e ntse le kgwele kae mo karolong e kotsi ba ba romela gape thula ba sireletsa kwa morago Orlando Pirates metsotso e le metlhano ya bofelo Siso Mabena a re bona re tla bona sengwe a nkwengwe tla tswa le minafa.
Well, here's the thing about Alger's OJ. They scored the most of their goals in the Champions League in the last 15 minutes of games. They've scored 37% of their goals in the last 15 minutes. At this point, it's so quiet you can hear a pin drop when you consider the passion and commitment from the fans in the first half. As the second half has won on and on, Pirates have just knocked the fight out of the fans. That was seriously a factor as they consider yet another loss in the year 2025. There haven't been many of those for Algiers, keep in mind. Proper shift from Mahopa today. In fact, you can say that for just about all the Pirates players, they've really had to work hard at the ugly side of the game, like it's called in inverted commas. Usually popular for, at times this season, scoring magical goals, jaw-dropping team goals, but today, it's all about the fight. Lovely challenge here to keep it alive, and, well, time and time again, they've been able to find the space for the cross, have 3 or 4 in the box, and Pirates have been absolutely spot on. Aerially, they've been spot on in much of the movement in and around the box. And for all of this possession, with under 3 remaining, Alger hasn't had too many kick-out chances. 5 in the box. The header! There's another chance. Half chance, maybe. Got up well, but was Van Rijn there, making life as difficult as possible as far as the connection. So the youngest man at Pirates doing it again on the big stage. He would have made an introduction for himself to Pirates fans at this level in some style, both domestically and in the Champions League, away from home, scoring some smashing goals earlier this season. He's coming off the bench to score yet another, and arguably the most important of his career so far. And Mbata will make way here with Olando coming on, knowing that all he has to do, along with Mabasa, is just keep up the work rate, work equally as hard, and suffer like all the team has done for the most part, like everybody else has done for the most part. And Mahopa working just as hard as anybody else out there. Say what you want about Evidence Mahopa. He, like Johan Hotto, on a good or on a bad day, will give you 110%. Effort is never questioned with him. I don't want to waste any time here. Halamia, try and get it forward as quickly as possible. They've got the set piece. They want to get it rolling quickly. Well, the likes of Jojo and Mabasa that have just come on. Yes, if the chance of the counter-attack presents itself, maybe take it, but the priority is defense. Now, nice touches then. Again, no opening. Mca Alger doing a standing job, but not necessarily winning the ball back. Just take outside and deny them the clear look at goal until the mistake comes into the game. They've done it so well, the experienced players at the back. Mca Alger's, Oki and Spacey today. Everybody back defending. 90 minutes have come and gone. Oh, 4 in the box again. Buggy there to get it clear. So here's the chance at the counter. Mca Alger to lead the charges. 3-on-3 as things stand, but numbers dropping back quickly here for the home side. Beautifully done. Beautifully done by one of the performers of the season. To add to Orlando Pirates, I think many will have the feeling this season. 8 minutes of time added on. That feels like extra time, doesn't it? Mca Alger here just protects the ball. Body between the opponent and the ball. They're frustrated. They want it back. They're running out of time and wins the foul quite intelligently. After having won the ball back quite impressively. The entire circumference of the ball didn't cross the line then. No, I don't believe so. And the last time they had a look at goal. Mentioned earlier, police at the last side and only side to have beaten the side in the year 2025. Al Hilal the lost side to have beaten them at home in the Champions League back in the middle of December. At least I also had the beating of them towards the end of last year. 2 wins for them over the course of the season. So Pirates in good company in as far as sides that have made the trip to this part of the world and walk away with a smile on their face. Hacho! Well, Paris fans are seriously living the dream. And as far as this year's Champions League, now, moving to the far side, uses the decoy. Paris again having so many back between the bench shooting and the keeper. Right place, right time for China. Position well and protecting the near post. Now, set piece here for the lunging tackle from Dondo. First real involvement to give away a set piece in the dangerous area. Never really going to get the head of Shazat. Winning the set piece here in the open play. That was a central defender who won the set piece. So desperate they are to try and force the issue here. Pull one back. Mia now. Only Cape Town City, Maroon McGillans and Mamelodi Sundowns so far in 2025 have had that winning feeling when facing Orlando Pirates. That's only South African sides. Now, that's a good-looking ball, and again, good positional play by Sibisi defensively. Everybody back defending, barring Gota. Sibisi happy to get it clear now. Dangerous play. Love it when defenders do that. When you know he's going to go for the overhead, you know it, you're wise to it, and decide to be brave and get your head stuck in, knowing you might take the hit, but you kill some of the momentum and get the decision. Yellow card shown, and he knows exactly what's coming here. He's decided, look, I'm going to be brave here, put my body on the line to secure the 3 points, protect Chain. Dangerous play, good positional play by the referee here. Made up his mind early in as far as the yellow card. So the last side from the continent of beaten Paris running. Out in the north they've tried, but it has been a different type of Orlando Pirates on the continent this season. Good mix of experienced players and youngsters. The experience from the likes of Hoptop Makaula. Youngsters in the way of your Mufageng, Ngota. Everybody's played their parts, especially in the big games. You had to go away to foreign lands and get this sort of experience. Well, only augurs well for South African football on the whole. Time. And then there's the mental side of the game as well, and having to go away from home and try and force the issue against Orlando Pirates, who will be a different animal altogether in the way they express themselves and hold on to the ball and go about business at the Orlando Stadium. To say the roles will have switched. Interesting when you look at the Orlando Pirates. Just the one match where they haven't been able to find the back of the net in 2025. That was against Stellenbosch a couple of matches back. Bulawani City lying in wait. They've struggled for form in recent times. Then it's the trip for the Algerians to go down to the Orlando Stadium. Then SuperSport United lying in wait after that. minute and a half remaining and counting down. We know it slowly in the ends. The mistake finding Mabasa. Good challenge on the recovery. Pirates able to win it back, and Mabasa again doing well at winning the foul and eating away at the clock. Bayazid cutting a frustrated figure along with his teammates. So the two South African Giants having a great day today. One at home, one away from home against sides from the north. Keep in mind, Stellenbosch also doing their bit. The sides that finished top of last season. Again, they have been great in the league this season. For Pirates and Sundowns, there's still the Nedbank Cup to talk about. There's still so much to play for this season in the little time that remains. Mabasa. Desperate now. And they're not being allowed to work it forward here. The time very much against them. Seconds remaining on the board now. And it's one of those for Orlando Pirates where not only are they keeping up the impressive record on the road on the continent this season, and they're taking that form from the group stages and taking it on to the knockout stages, but it's one of those where it'll be a confidence-boosting win if they are to get it. Alger is hoping to find a late, dramatic equalizer. Early ball in. Could be their moments. Could be their moments. Again, just stay goal side. You don't necessarily have to win it back. Look, guys, biggest game of his short career so far. At this level, that is. Now, Mabasa, lovely work out to that far side defensively. Now, Bota on the move. Pass wasn't up to scratching quality. No, they just have to get it forward. The movement is good on the far side. We'll maybe have one more chance here. Algiers, and once again, Pirates denying the cross. And that will be the last touch in what's a great campaign on the continent here for a former champion. First time out in Algeria. Win here very much against the run of play with Mohamed Gota in the second half, coming in off the bench and feeding off of the lovely work from Mufugeg. And for Algiers, well, they're going to have to try and turn it around in the second leg in South Africa. They puffed and they just couldn't blow that wall down. Big black wall from Olando. And at the end, it's, well, Algiers know Orlando Pirates that have the 1-0 aggregate win at the end of the first leg.